How you guys doing, man? Welcome to the rabbit hole, the broke jokes. We out here exploring, solving crimes, mysteries, finding the news of the day. We got all of it going, all of it together right now, live. Oh, we got, unfortunately, nothing to joke about. We have another sex trafficking case brought up. Former Abercrombie CEO Mike Jeffries arrested in sex trafficking case. That's doesn't seem very demure. Let's find out what's. I better set my. Okay. Make sure if I don't have the live on, what if I'm going to know if it gets cut off? Okay, so let's make sure it's. Sweet. All right, how to make sure the mic's working. All right, so let's see. Former Abercrombie CEO Jeffries arrested in a sex trafficking case. Well, that's a lot. A lot of this seems to be going on, right? Was he at a Diddy party? That's a good question. I mean, I feel like Diddy was into fashion, so chances are, you know, the guy of Abercrombie could have been in his parties. Seems seems logical. Doesn't seem illogical at all. Let's see. Mike Jeffries in Florida faces sex trafficking related charges. A spokesperson for federal prosecutors in the Eastern District of New York told CNBC. So, guys, just so you know, former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO arrested in Florida for sex trafficking charges. We don't know if he showed up at any Diddy's parties, but he was also into fashion. Diddy was. Two of Jeffrey's associates, Matthew Smith of West Palm Beach and James Gibson of Wisconsin, have also been charged in connection with the case. So now he's taking two of his buddies with him. And you know they're going to tell on him. The case comes a year after the company was sued for allegedly turning a blind eye to sexual misconduct by Jeffries. You know, all those models, they just wanted to be in the those campaigns, I bet. Guy took advantage of it. Another Weinstein situation almost, sounds like. That's crazy. That's not fun. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see. Here, we got election news. We're gonna barely touch on that. Harris will campaign in Texas to highlight the abortion ban. I think she's trying to get it back. I don't know. Cardinals beat the Chargers last night. Game, by the way. Hope everybody got a chance to see it. Cardinals got a surprise win, in my opinion, because Chargers have been having a good year. Donald Trump promised a mass deportation. It's going to cost us billions. It's just a little interesting. Let's see what he's talking about. Donald Trump promises large deportation of immigrants from Ohio to. Come on, skip the ad. Let me see it. I got to tell you guys. He promises.
Deportations from Springfield, Ohio. Large deportations. We're going to get these people out. We're bringing them back to Venezuela. It's like an invasion. And we're going to have the largest deportation in the history of our country. And we're going to start with.
I want to see if that shows up.
We're going to have the largest deportation in the history
Okay.
of our country.
Just checking to make sure that.
Springfield, Aurora.
Bro. Bro, what is this dude talking about? Like, how are you going to talk about just these people from Springfield? And then specifically, you take Venezuela. Like, they're not. Bro, you say that everybody in Springfield that's an immigrant is Venezuelan. Like, bro, I really don't even understand what to say. Like, And then he's talking about Aurora. Hey, and look, I ain't even saying it.
Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio, have all debunked the student believing pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools. And
So he's, because of him talking about the pet people eating the pets. Now there's bombs.
kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread
No,
this
no,
false
no.
story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
The real threat is what's happening at our border. You know, guys, this is going to be an interesting election. That's all I got to say. I hope everybody gets to vote, or, you know, if you don't vote, you know. So, oh man, I didn't even look. What's up, Atlas, TNT editor? Yo, what up? What up? What up? Sorry, I wasn't even looking, guys. I'm just reading, having fun right now. Just seems like that's a lot. I will play, if I do have to go in anything political, we will let them say their piece, right? I'm not going to lead you guys one way or another. I just thought that was hilarious. Uh-oh. Department of Defense and the FBI are investigating a suspected major intelligence leak. Guys, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. There's a major intelligence leak. Somebody's got to know something.
Documents posted online. Pentagon is investigating a major intelligence breach of highly classified U.S. documents that had assessed Israel's plans to attack Iran. The documents posted online. Tom Soupy Burge, Israel.
So Israel about to attack Iran. Guys, we about to, you know, first of all, let's shout out the sponsor that should sponsor us because of how much money we spend. Monster, Zero Sugar. Love it. But first of all, it sounds like we might go to war soon because the Middle East goes to war. It's like the U.S. going to war. And I might not be able to get monsters in that situation. And that is not okay, guys. So, just in case we go to war, I need you guys to be focused on making sure I can still get more. No, but seriously, war is horrible. I hope that doesn't happen. Civilians dying or soldiers dying for what, you know? I'm not saying people aren't right or wrong for defending themselves or attacking a threat, but I'm just saying it just sucks it still just sucks. Sucky situation.
Tonight, the Department of Defense and the FBI investigating how highly classified U.S. documents.
How does he sound British, but he talking about us? You know what I mean? That dude don't sound American.
Outlining Israel's preparations for a potential retaliatory strike against Iran were posted online. Allegedly.
I will say this. I gotta say this. Okay, I am, because I'm not getting, y'all ain't catching me to ask me what side I'm on and kind of thing. But all I know this for a fact. If in the United States, if we walked out of our house, apartment, condo, whatever, right, and we look up in the sky, and there's there's just rockets or missiles flying above us trying to hit the city, which has been happening over there in the Middle East. All these different countries are shooting rockets and missiles at each other. All I know is the U.S. will fuck some shit up. You know what I mean? And this is former military telling you for a fact.
Detailing the number and type of missiles the Israeli military may be readying weeks after Iran launched 200 ballistic missiles at Israel.
Bro, and I saw the video. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that video. I need to wait till I get my computer set up at the new spot, because I'll figure out how to link it in so you guys can see some of the videos too, because it's crazy. It's crazy, missiles above the city. I got kids and shit. What, bro? Nah. Nah, like you couldn't do that. You can't do none of that shit. Like we'd have to fuck some stuff up. Like just give me a gun. Like brothers be like, just give me a pistol and send me. Like
US officials immediately launching an investigation after seeing markings that indicate the documents originated from the US agency that gathers intel from satellite imagery, even admitting they aren't sure if this was a leak or a major security breach. ABC News is not quoting directly from.
yo, and hackers, these hackers be doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't take a hacker lightly. They ain't no joke. You know, they just took the stuff. The U.S. government. First of all, I hope some of you guys who's hanging around, please, you know, hit that like button or subscribe. You know, we're gonna be trying to do some of this stuff every day. This is sad news. I'm not Sherelle Golan, a Hamas attack survivor, dies by suicide on her 22nd birthday. That's sad. You know, she was I think captured or she survived the attack and you know the terrorist attack and probably couldn't take what she saw or suffered. You know, so it's a sad. That's what I'm saying. And all this stuff is it's just too much, man. It's like it affects a lot of people, innocent people. This, you know, a beautiful woman, 22 years old, has her whole life ahead of her. You know. And it's like I know we play a lot of games, video games. That seems fun, and we romanticize it that way. But when you look at, you know, she's got a family. You know, she could have had kids. You know, that could have been my future wife, baby mom. You know, probably baby mom. You know, the wife prospects. I be messing that up somehow. Let's see. Target's cutting prices on 2,000 items for cash-strapped shoppers ahead of the holidays. Well, Target should have been cutting prices because they prices is up there, right? Like, come on, bro. They prices high. Oh, this I thought this was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was funny, but Trump went to, I think it was in Pennsylvania. Trump went to McDonald's. And this motherfucker was out there serving French fries and working the drive-thru at McDonald's. I mean, that's what I used to do when I was in high school. I thought that was funny. I was like, this dude don't care. Like, that had to have been funny for him, right? Like, if you really think about it, that's got to be like funny. He's like, I've never, you know, yeah, I went to Drat Dimmings. Oh my God, like, I've done it all. I am America, right? But, like, I needed that shit for a real job. Like, people who work at McDonald's, which normally seems to be a lot of, you know, minority people, historically, because it's a stable job, like, we need that check. So, you know, it's funny, but it's kind of messed up because he ain't never had to do nothing like that, right? And again, I ain't trying to nothing political. I hate that crap, honestly. But it's just, but like real stuff, like, you know, I know a lot of people that work there, still working there. You know, obviously McDonald's is still open, so a lot of people work there and have it as a real job. A woman wedged upside down between rocks for 7 hours after trying to retrieve her phone. Bro. Like you can't go down. Like why you got your some rocks anyway, first of all. And then why you gonna go down it trying to, like it's a phone. You can always get another phone. Now she's stuck upside down for 7 hours. You know her head ain't right. Now she's slow. She ain't thinking good. In battleground Georgia, some poor people see no reason to vote. That decision could sway election. Well, you know, honestly, guys, some people don't care about it anymore. It's a lot. Like, is anybody's lives really getting better? You know, gas prices are still high, everything's high, rent's high, mortgages are high, the rates are high, milk is high, everything's high. Like, they're like, oh, we're raising wages. Well, if you don't raise wages, people ain't gonna be able to rent a room no more. Like, it's gonna be, you gotta rent half a room because you ain't gonna be able to afford nothing. Like, it's crazy to me. Oh, sad news, guys. 2 pilots, female, and I ain't gonna lie, one of them was hot. The other one, I'm looking at her. You know, she was a hero. That's what we're gonna say about her. No comments about anything else. But anyway, seriously, bad news, sad news. 2 trailblazing female aviators killed in Washington jet crash. They, yeah, I read about that there was a crash in Washington State, military vehicle, well, plane crashed, a jet, and yeah, but they had just came back from, I think it said the Strait of Yemen. I want to be on. I want to make sure I'm honest to get that right. Lieutenant Commander Lindsay Miley Evans was her call sign, and Lieutenant Serena N. Doug Wildman. Doug was her call sign. Both women were 31 years old and from California. But they, and rest in peace to them. Yeah, it was off Mount Rainier in Washington State. 30 miles west of Yakima is where they crashed. Wow, that's close to where I've lived, actually. It's like 100 miles away from where I'm from. Evans and Wildman had recently returned from a 9-month deployment to the Red Sea in the Middle East. During their deployment, the aviators were involved in what the Navy described as the most dynamic combat action. During their deployment, both Evans and Wildman distinguished themselves in combat operations. Evans completed multiple combat strikes into the, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Houthi-controlled territories in Yemen, making her one of the few women to fly combat missions over land, according to the Navy. So, rest in peace to them. We'll actually do something here. Because rest in peace to my fellow servicemen. Oh, am I on mute? All right, we did that. Just sad, man. I don't like to hear. It's not only the military, but it's also beautiful women dying. That just hits me. It's a double whammy, right? It's like, why or why? Like, because I'd have said what up to this one right here. Anyway, so let's go. Dr. and John Grisham testified for Texas death row inmate Robert Robertson, who won reprieve. So I think that's the guy who was on death row about to die, and he's about to be executed. And there was a huge thing because they're saying he killed his kid, but they were saying it wasn't shaking baby syndrome. It was like a different medical condition. But because the dad The child had another medical condition that can make it look like he suffered shaking, but because of the way the father was interviewed and how he responded to questions, the police thought automatically guilty. But what it was his demeanor is like his medical, could be, I don't know. I don't want to say autistic or anything. I don't know what it is, but just because of how he reacts and talks to people, that doesn't mean he's guilty. So they're trying to get him. I don't know. They're trying to figure all that out. And I read the news, so I don't. Okay. Elon Musk delivers cash and conspiracies to Pennsylvania voters. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so we have a billionaire, actually the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who is out here trying to get people to sign a petition about something like. So he's not influencing. He's not influ. He could say he's not influencing the election because it's just a petition, and he's like, I'll pay you $500, I think it was, right? If you sign, everybody who signs this petition, and like this dude's got enough cash. And I was going to sign a petition for 500. I was about to, but it was only Pennsylvania voters. So it kind of makes me sad that, like, where's the love for Michigan, right? Anyway, well, I read somewhere. I didn't read the actual article. I just clicked on it or read the headline. But he had offered like $1 million prize to people who had, not everybody, but like a drawing or something, if they sign the petition. And I'm like, so now, and Elon Musk for the past however many months has been petitioning hard for Donald Trump. So what's being said now is he influencing the election with his money? Because if he's stating so publicly, hey, I'm with Trump, vote Trump, and he's trying to get people to sign a petition. There's just the idea of now we have other billions, which I'm sure they've always influenced elections, but now it being a lot more obvious, right? So cash prizes and everything else, that's crazy. Oh man, Harvey Weinstein's diagnosed with cancer. Fuck cancer. Not just for Harvey Weinstein. I have a close friend dealing with that situation, and no, fuck cancer all the way, for real. Like, that's ridiculous. Can it? All right. If I could any animal as a pet, what would it be? Bro, that's easy. I get a penguin. Like, what? A penguin. Dude, penguins are awesome. Like, I don't even know what they do, but they swim ridiculously well. So, let's see what the AI is talking about. If I have dinner with 3 people alive or dead, who would be? I don't know. That's kind of hard. To anybody alive or dead. Who's worth it? I mean, would I go? If I could go back in time and save them, that'd be cool. You know, I don't know. I don't even know if I really want to talk to anybody because, I mean, unless they could give me some money, right? Like, talk to my kid. I mean, yeah, that's it right there. Like, that's ridiculous. That don't even make no sense. Let's see. Oh man, Jenny Fisher, Pam from The Office, just survived breast cancer. Again, cancer. I'm glad Pam, Jenna Fisher is alive. Let's see. They're all hyped about Bronny and LeBron playing together. I mean, that was gonna happen when that kid was born. He's gonna be hooping. Like, come on now. That's not even. You know what's been going on though? I haven't heard Russian news out of Ukraine except the fact that North Korea might have sent soldiers over there. Like when Ukraine took that land earlier this summer. Man, I couldn't go nowhere without reading anything about it, but now I don't hear nothing. Okay. $12.6 million scheme. We're in the crime section. Westchester man tried cashing COVID relief check for hospital. He's one of 8 gang members accused of trying to steal a COVID-19 relief check worth $12 million and using it to instead purchase luxury. So how they get? So they try to steal. They stole to deposit a $12.6 million U.S. Treasury check stolen from the mail. I guess they did cash it. And besides them going to Louis, Gucci, Cartier, Burberry, Rolex, and Audemars and lavish trips, they charter boats at Paris, Miami, Kuwait places. What is these niggas trying to do in Kuwait, though? Like, bro, I've never once in my life been like, that's where I need to go. I want to go to Kuwait and get a boat. Could be wrong. You know, I'm not well traveled. But nobody's ever shown me anything that made me want to go to like Kuwait. I mean, there's some baddies there, and they got some boats. You know, I mean, but I feel like I get in trouble in Kuwait. Like they probably got way too rules. All these fools are young. They're like 23, 24. Wow. I mean, that almost seems like. If I was 23 years old, risked it all for that? For 12 million? Shit. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you guys won't miss any stuff later. Okay. I don't even want to get into that. It's so stupid. More than half the prisoners freed are already back in jail. Well, they did not take advantage of the opportunity, did they? Wow. Parents seek to stop expulsion from LA private school. Why is this making national news? What did he do? A 5th grade student is getting expelled? over email dialogue with another pupil that included several squirt gun emojis. So kids in 5th grade, he said squirt emojis, and they were listening to Murder on My Mind. The murder on my mind. That's not really like a violent song, though. Even though it says murder and everything, it's like it's a sing-songy song, right? It's not like a rap song. It's like an R&B murder hit. So maybe he was just telling his friend, like, it's on my mind, you know, like. Falsely blaming illegal immigration won't solve the housing crisis. Well, it ain't helping it either, is it? Let's be real. If there's a lot extra people and we don't have enough houses being built, it ain't helping. Like, people be desperate for a house these days. Crackdown on Albanian modern slavery cannabis gangs? What? There's modern slavery and Albanians are... Oh, okay. They're cracking down on Albanian criminal gangs who smuggle into the UK and force them to work in cannabis farms. That's just crazy. He's just they get caught. They have to they're forced to work in the farms, and dang, man, modern slavery. I hope they get the death penalty, bro. I'll detain Ukrainian in Poland amidst of collaborating with Russian intelligence for planned sabotage. In Poland? Oh, hell no. I'm part Polish, bro. Oh, bro. My people? They coming for my people? Russia's coming? The man was arrested on suspicion of planning to set fires to locations in Wrocław, strategic infrastructure. He admitted to collaborating with Russian intelligence that the Kremlin had planned to sabotage operations across Europe. Okay, during an interrogation, he claimed to have been tempted by the devil. So we don't know if this really... What up, champ? We don't know if this is real. Like, he could have just been tripping. You know, crazy people dumb shit, you know, and gotta watch yourself. Let's see. Exio. A Spokane dermatologist in Washington State indicted for using $1.5 million in COVID relief funds on luxury cars in a home. Like, bro, you're a dermatologist. Ain't you already making money? What you doing stealing some stuff? He paid, or they spent $575 on a home in Scottsdale, $166,000 on a 2011 Porsche 911. Okay, hold on. So if you're gonna steal the COVID money, why would you get a 2011 Porsche? Right? I mean, I know you spent 166, but you already got 1.5. You might as well get the good car. Then you spent 88 on a 97 Porsche. So you want to put the money together and get the new one. $123,960 loan at a storage unit in Spokane. Hey, hold on. $123,000 loan at a storage unit. So did he try to buy the whole storage unit complex? I don't. It's $286,000 loan for property on Grant Street, $50,000 for two properties across the street. As part of the COVID fraud strike force, where 15 federal agencies are working together to find pandemic scams and fraudulent use of taxpayer relief. I'm so happy I didn't use none of that, like, because I didn't understand it, first of all, right? So I try to get, that is fine. I was like, whatever, shut down. Wow, he got 2.9 million. "20 years in prison." He gets it, man. Give it to him. Like, you really, like, that was a crazy time. Like, I was a small business owner. I got shut down. I was struggling. Like, I could have used help. I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I got scared about applying because I was like, I don't want to do it wrong and then get in trouble later. And then you look at all these people scamming, man. Get them in trouble. Like, you sit here stealing millions of dollars, of thousands of dollars when people were struggling. Like, I had to shut down and open a new business and all, or get out of business and all that. And so I hope they get in big trouble for that. That's. Wow, Russia sentenced a war critic, to 8.5 years in prison. That's kind of crazy. I thought Russia was all right till you do some research and then everything they did, obviously with Ukraine and stuff, but you lock people up for protesting or for wanting to have like LGBTQ rights and all that, which, I mean, at this point, in this day and age, like, why? Problem. Like, what do we care? Why do I care if you're gay or trans or whatever? Like, I don't know all the words, right? So somebody could get mad at me, whatever. Like, I personally could care less, like, what you're doing, right? Like, it's not affecting me. Now, if you go around and you acting like you ain't telling people, you ain't being honest about a transition or so, that's I feel a little messed up. But other than that, like, what do I care? So, yeah, I mean, guys, I hope you guys hit that subscribe and that notification. Hit that notification bell and hang out for a minute, guys. Help me get some watch hours up. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what else is going on. 50 Cent is lighting Diddy up. Bro, 50 Cent, I love him because he's funny, but, like, bro, that dude he's going to get you, bro. He's going to light your ass up if you do anything. And I'm like, bro, you sit here talking shit Diddy and stuff, but, like, you act like bitches can't sue you too, bro. Like, you literally was on, I remember the time 50 Cent was on, like, Letterman or something, or Kimmel or something, and he's talking about how big his house was because he bought Mike Tyson's old house. And before that was Xander Holyfield's old house. And it's like 50,000 square feet. It's huge, right? And 50 Cent was like, oh, yeah, some girl came naked out of her room after like 3 days after the party. And he was like, who are you? Like, 50's had wild incidents himself. So I just don't understand why the hate, Like, how you hating on Diddy so much when you've been in similar situations, I'm sure. I'm not saying nothing bad, I personally don't think Diddy's probably did anything wrong, honestly. I don't think anything's wrong with having a lot of baby oil and trying to party and, want people to suck you off. Like, I didn't know that was illegal. Now, if he was spiking drinks, but that's the thing for me too, is like, no, like, if somebody was spiking, like, the effect of somebody being spiked would be like immediate, I'm assuming, like within 30 minutes or hours. So you're telling me the whole party would be passing out and wouldn't be able to walk and stuff? Like, you're talking about famous people, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, you're talking about like hundreds of or 50 people falling out at a party. That's not feasible. Like, if a bunch of women or men had woke up after they took a drink and felt like something had happened, their bodies had been violated or whatever, they would have been so many police reports at that time. So these things that are being said, I feel like, are just so outlandish, and it's just bait material. And I joke and I make skits about it, because it's certain parts of it to me was funny. Like this dude, I've seen like Diddy documentary got in trouble. Like this dude's getting multiple massages a day, and only drinking the finest and eating the finest stuff, and now you on jailhouse food. Like, to me, is that was funny to me, and I was like, I knew that would have to be shocking for him. No matter what he thinks, he knows to go to jail and first jailhouse tray, like, and like at some point he's gonna be hungry, so eventually he's having to eat this food, right? Like you can't just eat the fruit every day, right? You can't just survive on oranges. That'll mess your stomach up. Like he's got to eat the food. And even with the commissary, like you're on ramen noodles and stuff, like there's not, and honey buns, you ain't really got options. So, but anyway, back to the original point, it's 50 Cent, him creating this Netflix documentary titled Did He Do It? And I just feel like, bro, like you're hating on another black man, Curtis, right? And at the same time, you don't think these chicks are gonna come for you. Like now you making so much money. You're now getting involved with the film industry, making your own studios, which I'm proud, bro. Like, hell yeah. But, like, you don't think every chick that's sucking and everything else ain't going to be trying to sue you, right? Like, the things they're saying about Diddy now, like, they're suing him, talking about he was raping 9-year-old and 13-year-old. Like, I just read some of the lawsuit now, like, a child. And I find that in the presence of 2 other celebrities. And I don't know. To me, it's like obviously disgusting, right? Like, but to like even think about it, or like that being a possibility for someone, but like, I don't know, bro. I don't think that's like, this fool was getting J-Lo, right? Like that seemed to be like, so I'm like, underrated. Like you got J-Lo walking around, and like, y'all still don't remember that J-Lo dress at the MTV or VMA Rewards or whatever that day. Like this fool, she shut the internet and like the magazines down for weeks, or like, just so finding that dress and stuff. So I'm like, you telling me like because the way they're making it sound is like, as the second he's alone with these people, he's just raping. And, I don't know. Like, I just feel like he needs a lawyer. He's a lawyer that's going to really talk shit, because you're talking about one of the biggest entertainers from the 90s and 2000s. Like he's stayed away from music, but he's been involved in so many things. Like he's constantly in the news. And just because he had this video release of him, attacking Cassie, we don't know what happened before it, even though it is not excused. But we don't know what happened. We don't know what she did in that hotel room. We don't know. Like, it's kind of hard for me to be like, okay, someone could be like, oh, she broke up with him and he lost it, or he's trying. Bro, you think this man cares about someone like like about a woman though. Like when you anywhere he would go, there would be women wanting to just spend time. Like he's a almost a billionaire. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars at the time. Like it's just, bro, it don't make no sense. But anyway, 50 Cent hating on him. They're like, bro, in a few years, 50, they gonna come for you. They coming for everybody. These women out here, these lawyers, this Tony Busby out of Houston suing every successful black male. It seems like Deshaun Watson, and even with Deshaun, like this fool paid $5 million in fines, had to settle so many lawsuits for blowjobs. Not one chick said he fucked. He just got blowjob. And like, nah, bro, you're talking about a quarterback who was signed to $100+ million contract, was not ugly, young, in great shape, driving cars that are worth more than they make in 5 years, and you're telling me you didn't want to suck his dick? Like he had to make you. And the fact that he actually gave you probably like an extra $100 and shit because he's rich, like, oh, like I'm just confused, bro. Like, whatever. It's just be crazy. Oh, damn. So Russia-Ukraine war is day 954 of the war. Damn. I feel bad, dude. Like, just like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, oh shoot, a missing 11-year-old Iowa child found 300 miles away at an Indiana gas station. What in the world? Wow. But as a parent, can't take the child. I was a mom, I think. A lot of stuff going on in the world, guys. I hope you guys are doing good, though. Staying out of trouble. Oh, guys, y'all. Former Olympian accused of drug trafficking and murders. I read about this. He's like part of $1 billion.
Where authorities arrested music executive Jorge Bonilla. Bonilla, allegedly just one member of a wide-ranging drug trafficking ring that prosecutors say became one of the largest suppliers of cocaine in the United States and Canada, and was led by Ryan James Wedding, a former Canadian Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug lord and now fugitive.
What? So this dude, like, did not place in the Olympics, but he was like in the snowboard thing. And like, they're saying this dude was like a major drug trafficker, charge of murders. And it was like $1 billion organization.
This group was ruthless and violent. They would use contract killers to assassinate anyone who they saw as an obstacle to their operation.
Wedding and his alleged accomplice Andrew Clark accused of a quote.
Yo, they don't even got a picture of Andrew Clark. Hold on, I gotta show you that. Hold on, look at this. They ain't even know who Andrew Clark is. Like, what? They don't even know. They're like,
Avalanche of violent crime, even ordering murders to settle drug debts, including a couple in Canada who prosecutors say was shot in front of their daughter.
All of these
Their
victims were
daughter!
intentionally shot executions.
Shot him in front of their daughter? Well, you know what? At least the daughter lived. So actually, are they really that bad? Maybe they should have paid their money. Maybe they should have cooperated with the drug trafficking organization. Yeah, I'll
The
cooperate.
loved ones could see
I don't want to
them
die in
murdered.
front of my
The
daughter.
details shared in the indictment reminiscent of those seen with Mexican cartels, who federal officials say even provided protection for weddings operations.
This organization was connected to cartels, specifically the Sinaloa cartel, which offered them protection in Mexico to carry out their operations.
Those operations, prosecutors say, sending drugs from Colombia through Mexico through a main transportation hub in Los Angeles, and from there to the East Coast and to Canada. Authorities have seized more than a ton of cocaine, 3 arms, and dozens of rounds of ammunition, and at least $3 million in cash and cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Tater was arrested by Mexican authorities earlier this month. Attorneys for Clark could not immediately be reached to comment, and Bonilla's lawyer telling NBC News they are not commenting at this time. Meanwhile, Wedding, whose aliases include El Jefe and Public Enemy, still on the run and considered armed and dangerous by the FBI.
Well, this dude comes find me. I'm going to help him out because I don't want to get shot and he might have some money. And you know what? Like, I ain't the one. Like, I'm really not. Like, I got to survive too, right? Like, wow. Riding with police on a hunt for weed. What? Why are they still hunting for weed? That seems wrong, right? Why mess with people? Don't do that. They ain't do nothing to you. Well, you know, I hope somebody is hitting that subscribe button. And that hit them notifications. We did a lot. We covered a lot of news today. A lot of things. Let's see. Hey, give me a second. I'll be right back. Y'all don't leave. Well, if you leave, I'll be back. I didn't even know I was still on mute. Sorry, guys. I can't believe the Lions receiver, Jameson Williams, got suspended for performance enhancing substance. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, he's gonna have a big year, and hopefully, he comes back and whatever. But like, this dude just, seemed to get it right. First suspended for gambling, and now drugs, performance enhancing drugs. All right, let's see. Technology. Anything going on in technology? Man, so the college student who tracks Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg's private jets says his Threads accounts have been suspended. And Jack Sweeney been tracking the private jets. So this kid, and I call him kid because I've known about him for a few years, and he was a college student, I believe, when, like, a freshman when they started. So, like, he just uses, like, information, and he bots it or whatever somehow, and he could track a lot of people's jets. And so, like, Taylor Swift and Elon Musk and Bill Gates and stuff like that, I think. And they threaten to sue me, like, it's a public safety risk. Like, nah, bro. Actually, it's a safety risk. Actually, we need to know what's going on with y'all because y'all trying to take over the world. So Jack Sweeney is actually a hero. And I'm with you, Jack Sweeney. Isn't that like Jack Sweeney? Isn't that like a name of a or Todd Sweeney or something? I don't know. It's the name of something. I'm not reading politics. We can't. We can't, guys. We ain't doing it today. We already delved into it too much. South Korea to send troops to Ukraine in response to North Korea. Damn it. Oh, man. The first North Korean that dies from a South Korean, they're going to start the war. North Korea just cannot stand South Korea for nothing. Like, it just don't make no sense. It's like if North Carolina just could not stand South Carolina, which, is it that bad of a hate? No. Not where you want to nuke them and shoot them and everything, but we don't really get along too well. How to get rid of groundhogs. Who wants to get rid of a groundhog? First of all, that doesn't make sense. They're gorgeous. Russia's alcohol empire suffers devastating quadruple blow. Okay, what happened? Oh, so Ukraine drones bombed 4 different distilleries in Russia early Tuesday in what has been reported by Telegram as a major blow as the largest attack on alcohol production lines that are now potentially being used. So Russia's using their alcohol sales to help fund the war. And so Ukraine attacked their distilleries. It's pretty smart. Ukraine's been on some gangster shit. Like, I got to give them credit. Like, they said, hey, first of all, we don't go into Russia and take your land. Then they just be putting bombs on drones and just dropping it all the time. They don't give a fuck. Like, and I hope the U.S. is watching this because that's conventional warfare. But what doesn't make sense to me is like why Russia doesn't have an air defense drone system where they just can cut a signal from the drones, because if you cut the signal to the drone's just gonna fall. So I'm not understanding why their technology isn't as advanced as you would think it would be, right? But anyway, you guys hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified next time we do a live and stuff. We've been jumping today. We had a good live. Went through a lot of news. Alcohol factories in Russia are being used to make fuel for military needs and explosives, as well for the production of alcohol. Dang. Let's see. I'm going to turn it to the video so you can see real quick. Hold on. Let's click on it. Oh, gosh. It took me to... Where the fuck am I at? Took me to X. I thought I was going to show like real big bombs and stuff, but whatever. It didn't do much. See, I do want to tell you guys thanks for hanging out today because, you know, just trying to help get them watch hours up, get us closer to monetization. They give me these hard words. I hope you guys got to hit that like button. Only 2 of you liked it. A couple of y'all could hit the like button for me. Help a brother out, you know. So I appreciate you guys actually hanging out because, you know, we're getting them watch hours up. We're trying to, I've been shooting a lot of skits. And if you guys can hit them notifications, man, you guys will be able to hit the like buttons. Ooh, the Ace. I was wondering, okay, we got to go into this. ASAP Rocky trial begins. I was actually thinking the other day, I was wondering when this case was going to happen. So ASAP Rocky, Rihanna's dude, is being accused of shooting someone. So yeah, right here. ASAP Rocky's trial for allegedly shooting a former friend has begun. Was first accused of firing a gun twice in the direction of Terrell Efron, formerly ASAP Rocky, after an argument in Hollywood. In January, the father and boyfriend of Rihanna entered a new not guilty plea to felony gun charges, including 2 felony counts of assault with the semi-automatic firearm. In November, during a hearing that included testimony and surveillance video, a Los Angeles judge ruled there was enough evidence for the Puma creative director to stand trial. The trial now complicates his life with the Bajan billionaire with whom he shares sons, Raza and Riot. It's unclear what implications the case could have on his career as the rapper is set to release his 4th studio album, Don't Be Dumb, this fall. Okay, hold on. So he wrote the album called Don't Be Dumb, but he's on trial for shooting at his friend. He could serve up to 24 years in prison if convicted on all charges. The case follows his 2019 arrest in Sweden for assault, which he was convicted and spent over a month in jail. According to authorities, an argument escalated and led to Rocky firing a handgun at Efron, according to a tweeted statement from LAPD. Come on, guys. Hit the like button for me. You know, somebody hit some emojis, you know. Let's get some love on here so some people want to hang out. Efron received medical attention, sustaining only minor injuries. Police said Rocky and 2 other men fled the scene on foot. Videos shown in court in November showed a group of men, 2 of whom officials identified as Rocky and Efron, involved in a verbal altercation. A video prosecutors showed during includes what sounded like 2 gunshots, followed by a man running around a corner and beginning to walk. The man's identity is unclear, but a Los Angeles Police Department detective said investigators established the individual as Rocky. The video shows a man whose face is invisible in a hooded sweatshirt holding what appears to be a firearm. An image from the video shows the man in the sweatshirt's face while the gun is not visible. The detective said the images are how investigators determined the person in question was the Billboard chart-topping rapper, according to the outlet. Okay, so, like, for a guy who watches a lot of true crime stuff, surveillance video is not very good sometimes. And they're like, well, it looks like he's holding a gun. And you're like, what? You can't see anything, bro. So, they might not have much evidence as they think they do. ASAP Rocky, the former friend, testified at the November hearing that he and his child friend Rocky belong to the same group of artists at the New York high school. Both are part of what was known as ASAP Mob, the hit collective featuring chart-topping rapper ASAP Ferg and the late ASAP Yams. The relationship later soured and resulted in the Hollywood standoff, when Efron said Rocky first pulled a gun on him. There was also later confrontation where Rocky allegedly fired shots that grazed his former friend's knuckles. Police did not recover a 9mm pistol, and Rocky was served a search warrant. An LAPD detective testified. In 2022, they arrested the fashion killer rapper at the Los Angeles airport in connection with the shooting. The rapper was returning from a trip in Barbados with Rihanna when officers detained him at LAX before arresting him with a deadly weapon. He was released from custody after posting a bail of $550,000. The judge ordered him to stay away from Efron. So, I'm confused on why someone who's accused of shooting at somebody twice gets a bail of $550,000, and he's also rich, and his girlfriend's a billionaire, and he could hide and leave the country anytime. But Diddy is a bigger threat than that. Well, I guess the car bombing allegations. But $50 million worth of bail isn't enough to cover some sex crimes and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It just seems a little suspect. Sounds up, as someone close to me likes to say all the time. It sounds like a setup. So, ASAP, they coming for you, bro. They're going to try to give you a lot of time. Like, it's kind of like a little similar to, what's his name's case? Tory Lanez or whatever. I mean, I guess he did shoot Stallion in the feet. Like, the fragments hit her feet, though. So, I don't know. It's a lot. Well, it's a lot to take in. Okay, looks like someone else go to jail for murder.
Actor Darshan is now seeking bail in the Renuka Swamy murder case, citing health problems. The Karnataka High Court has begun hearing after Darshan's bail in connection with the murder case. Senior advocate C.V. Nagesh, representing Darshan, informed the court that the actor is suffering from severe back pain, and the hospital doctors mentioned that he had L1 and L5 back pain. Medical reports suggest Darshan may require surgery, leading to his...
It's too hard to understand the accent. I don't have a clue. Tricked and mistreated. Russian troops are sick of Putin's war. I believe it. Like... yeah, it was supposed to be a quick military operation. And it's like, they're supposedly losing a lot of people. Like, it's got to be tough to lose any people. Like, that many soldiers. Anyway. Well, look, guys, that's going to be my time for today. It was great. I had a great time with y'all. Appreciate the hanging out. I'll be on later. You guys hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you can so you won't miss any of the future streams or any of the shorts we do. And please, you guys hit the like button on them shorts sometime. So YouTube can throw us in the algorithm a little bit. All right. Y'all. Peace.